With us now, Nela Richardson, ADP chief economist, and also now the president of NABE. And I was reading some of your comments, Nela, and I was like, oh my God, this is exactly what just happened. And then I thought for a second, wait a second, she is ADP. You didn't know all this exactly before you wrote this, but this is largely just what you were saying. Decent numbers, not quite as decent as the past couple of months, but that's to be expected.
Yeah, good morning, Joe. And I can't do better than Steve's summary of the numbers this month, but I would like to reflect on last month versus this month, because we did see a little bit of a pop in World Cup hiring in leisure and hospitality. But by June, that had kind of gone away. What I was excited about last month was there did seem to be a broad-based acceleration. This month, the numbers are good, but we're not seeing that kind of star championship play from education and healthcare. It's softer than it has been in recent times. We're not getting all the broad-based contributions that we saw last month. And so that leads us to a pretty good number in June, 98,000, not bad. A bit of a pickup in job-changing wage growth. That's a good sign that this labor market still has the seeds of acceleration, but we haven't seen it really take hold yet. You do see evidence of a little bit of employers not necessarily hiring new people. They almost a low hire, low fire dynamic that maybe was more prevalent 6 months ago than it was in the last couple months. Things got a little bit better. Now we're back to that environment. Yeah, that's exactly how I would capture it. This is not a choice between job losses and job gains. We're not in that kind of 0-1 scenario. This is, are we seeing dynamism? Are we going to see more steadiness, a little bit more stagnation? And one thing we know in this jobs report is the factors affecting every industry are actually different. There's no one note. There had been some clear macro drivers last year. We're not seeing that kind of uniformity in the triggers, whether hiring or weakness. What we're seeing is some places there's supply constraints. Some places there's a pullback in demand. I would say construction is a place where you're seeing some labor supply constraints. You have the demographics working against hiring in that sector. The pullback in demand is obvious in leisure and hospitality as consumers have become a little bit more cautious going into the summer than they were last year. So this is not a one-note market. It is a stable one, though. And you do point out, and I guess we all know this, that for households, as far as inflation goes, it's not just last month, last year, but when prices rise every year over 5 years, you're left, they never go down. So you're left with that cumulative increase. So even though wages are growing a little, people got to feel unsettled, I would think. Yes, absolutely. And you can see that in the savings rate. Look, markets are forward looking. That's why we love them. But consumers, we look back. We look at the price of eggs before, the housing costs 10 years ago, the interest rates we got on our car loan 5 years ago, and we look at our wages and see if they stack up. And often, too often, for workers, they're just not keeping pace with the accumulation of price increases. So for a consumer, for Main Street, it's not about the data point and matching up the June inflation with the June salary. It's that accumulation of price increases and the realization that prices aren't going to go back down to pre-pandemic levels. And that's what consumers are trying to absorb right now. And I think, again, where you see that really take hold is we're just not saving as much as we used to. And I think that could be leading to some softness in consumer-facing industries like leisure and hospitality. Right, Steve.
Hey, Joe, I want to just point to one of the kind of mysteries around this number and the recent job strength. And this has a bearing on what might happen tomorrow. We're doing 105, 122, 98 on the ADP, which, by the way, has been running a little bit shy of where the BLS is on the private sector, 202, 107, 120. Remember, we have this immigration issue where that's come down quite a bit. Entrants to the workforce have come down, at least from the population data that we have. And the thinking among economists is that We only need to do 0 to 50,000 to keep the unemployment rate unchanged. But the unemployment rate has been unchanged at 100,000 plus over the past few months. Question tomorrow, do we do your favorite thing, which is reversion to the mean, regression to the mean, call it what you will, and bring those jobs numbers back down to where we think they are? Or are the economists wrong? And is there somewhere some source of workers that are filling these jobs and being available to employers so that we are able to bring in new people to the workforce and not change the unemployment rate? I don't know if Nela has an answer to that.
Right now, it's all about teenagers. So for June hires, 42% were between 15 to 24. That's not unique. That's summer. So we're going to see some composition effects in the numbers, and that's going to spill over to average earnings. These teenagers may be a little different, though. We know that it's a struggle for college grads now to find those new jobs. So I wonder if the summer hires are going to be a little bit older. A little bit of a placeholder in this market for new grads who are trying to find those white-collar jobs that are not as available as they were a few years ago. So I think there's more that we can unpack on this. The summer season is, I think, going to be a bit slower than we saw last year.